So, Saba, for all those in the opposition who are thinking that Nitish Kumar will do a palat again,
No,
at least immediately he's showing no indication, no interest. What do you expect the first set of changes to be?
So, first of all, Barkha, I'm so glad that all my colleagues, especially Neerja, mentioned the temple of democracy, Parliament. And let me also remind everyone that we've had the worst parliament ever in terms of going to JPCs, bills not being scrutinized, ramming through legislation. We saw the consequences. So, doing gestures of worship does not mean you actually honor the institution. The parliament has not been treated with honorably. It's just the data. Just look up ADR data about sessions, bill, consultation, not giving opposition any space. That will have to change now. So I'm very glad that he's done the same thing with the constitution, because now clearly he's not even in a position to make any changes, even if he presumed that he wanted to. I will make that point very forcefully. And I'm sure Neerja knows, as she's a veteran, how badly parliament has been conducted, how we have seen a complete degradation of that institution in the last few years. Whether people want to say it the way I say it is a different matter. Number one is that. Number two, of course, I don't expect Nitish Kumar I expect them to come and be sworn in comfortably now. Nitish Kumar has an election in a year. We still don't know what is the condition about his health. Does he want to continue to be chief minister? Bihar politics is such that it's always, it's in three portions. The middle portion, whoever it aligns with, wins. And the RJD has a much larger vote share. But they have not led such a creative campaign as Akhilesh did in terms of candidates and all, in my view. So so does Nitish Kumar will determine what he wants next? Does he want to leave a legacy? His legacy is not going to be sidekick to Narendra Modi. Please remember how many times he left him. That when Narendra Modi became the prime ministerial face, he objected. A man who stayed happily with the NDA of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who had no issues there, went back and forth 3-4 times. Now we do not know what are his circumstances. Is he in good health? What does he want in Bihar in the future? Does he want something in the center? I somehow don't see him wanting to sort of be aside, or does he want to leave a legacy? He did bring about the caste census. We don't know with him. And if you see what he said, you hear his language, it's very open-ended. इधर उधर हो गया है जो आपके करने के बावजूद भी हो गया है. So he's saying कुछ हुआ है. So Nitish, you never know what is going in his mind. He has left 3 times since Narendra Modi came in the scene. Back, forth. He can do a party, but he is not he's ultimately an old socialist. Let's never forget that. He has negotiated with a very small number of MPs managing that. With Chandrababu Naidu, I have no doubt that he wants a lot of money and he'll get it. Because he's been Chandrababu Naidu believes in that smart city kind of language. He believes in shining India and all that. That's the sort of stuff. So his orientation will not be different, but he is the product of a regional movement. What was NTR? NT Rama Rao was a regional force who Indira Gandhi tried to subdue in very undemocratic ways. That is his legacy. He will define it with his region. Please look up the statements that Pawan Kalyan makes. Pawan Kalyan speaks against the BJP. He speaks against unconstitutional laws. Right now, nothing will happen. Then let's see what happens. Right now, the BJP will think that they might even get some people over. But I don't see how Uddhav Thackeray can join them right now unless something terrible happens to him inside. There's all this media narratives being created that everyone is going to join the BJP. So let's see. I mean, I'm sure there's the most money. So a couple of things I'll say here. The parliament, I want anyone to challenge me about parliament. I'm happy to. I've been looking at
I think we can safely say that the way Parliament will debate will change. It's a function of the numbers. That's the first thing that's going to change. But I think the more interesting question is what happens within the BJP. Does anything change within the BJP?
That is important.
Before I come to that, I just want to play out a clip of the Prime Minister at this morning's meeting, and I'll come right back. Take a look.
पहले भी एनडीए थी, आज भी एनडीए और कल भी एनडीए है. आप सोचिए 10 साल बाद भी 10 साल बाद भी कांग्रेस 100 के आंकड़े को नहीं छू पाई। और अगर मैं 14, 19 और 24 तीन चुनावों को जोड़ करके कहूं, कांग्रेस के तीन चुनाव जोड़ूं, तो इन तीन चुनावों में जितनी सीटें मिली है उससे ज्यादा हमें इस चुनाव में मिली है।
So, Modi on the front foot again, not defensive, not looking at this at all as any sort of setback, even if he's feeling it internally. That's not what he's showing. But Shantanu, the city is abuzz. I'll start with Shantanu and come to everybody else on what might change within the BJP. There is talk that a Shivraj Singh Chauhan might be given a role in the cabinet or even as party president. There is talk that Amit Shah may no longer be home minister, though there's no official confirmation that the allies have asked for this, but there's media buzz, social media buzz. And there's a lot of conversation about where this will leave Yogi Adityanath, the leader whom you have actually profiled. What sort of churn do you expect within the BJP, Shantanu?
I think anyone who risks that they know what's happening inside the BJP, I think it's a big risk. And these are not the days when cabinet berths are decided on journalist phone. I think, having said that, anyway, Nadda's terms in on extension, and he will anyway go. So now there's a talk of a new national president, and BJP normally makes quite a stalwart as a national president, right? Jai Prakash Nadda has a big political career. He was part of Yuva Morcha, Vidyarthi Parishad, all of that. So I think someone like Shivraj Singh Chauhan fits the bill, and because he won with a big margin, he delivered in Madhya Pradesh in assembly election and in this election also, though he was not heading the government, but he's a stalwart leader from there. So that can be a good name, but we don't know how Narendra Modi decides. But Amit Shah going off as a home minister, I don't think so. Because now Narendra Modi needs even more stronger, like a home minister or like a buddy. And the way Narendra Modi parted, if you notice that Yogi Adityanath, I think that's also a signal that all the chatter that's going around that Yogi Adityanath asked these many seats, this was not given, there was some khadbad between Yogi and Modi. I think he gave a quiet signal to all this chatter that Yogi will continue. He is one of the stalwart leaders of BJP. So I doubt there will be any strong changes. Yeah, JP Nadda has to move, which he will move anyways.
That's very interesting, and I did notice that when Yogi Adityanath goes up Neerja to meet the Prime Minister, he thapos him on the back, and Shantanu is saying that there's going to be no big changes when it comes to Amit Shah and Yogi Adityanath. But on the other hand, I know Shantanu won't agree. There are also lots of whispers about whether Yogi Adityanath and the central leadership of the BJP were on the same page in ticket distribution in Uttar Pradesh, who should be held responsible for what happened in Uttar Pradesh. How do you see it?
I think, Uttar Pradesh has been key. As I said, it's overturned this 2024 election. Had Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, if you take away, the BJP has held on to its ground in, North Indian states, many of them, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Delhi. They have gained new places. They're now, BJP or NDA are in power in 4 states, 2 of them new. Arunachal, they're back. Orissa, they've gained. I mean, it's a big victory. Andhra, they've piggybacked Chandrababu Naidu. And Sikkim, they have an ally. So it is NDA government. Then you look at, of course, they haven't done as well as in West Bengal and Karnataka. There have been some losses. Bihar, losses, yes, but not big losses. The big loss has come from Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. And why it's gone a certain way, we need to do a deeper study. Why is it that the Modi wave has held on it wasn't a wave, but the Modi factor has held on in these places or made gains and not in Uttar Pradesh? Maharashtra is a very clear-cut case of opposition unity plus sympathy because they broke parties. But UP is much more complex, and I think it needs study. Of course, Akhilesh Yadav's formula to enlarge the MY base of the Samajwadi Party has worked, the non-Yadav OBCs have turned to it. The Dalits have turned to it. It is a very big factor. And of course, the Muslims have come out like one man to vote for the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. But was there a pushback from within the BJP Sangh system? Did the Sangh really not, RSS not come out, its workers not come out to campaign in the way they've done in past elections? And if so, why? But why did the Rajputs become indifferent during the elections and are known not to have come out to vote? Rajputs have been clearly the BJP's vote bank, and with Yogi Adityanath and Rajnath Singh being there, this is again a very curious thing to have happened. So I think one will have to look at all these things. But given the situation that Narendra Modi finds himself in, I agree with you. We will have to shift gear. He's already shifting gear because he talked today about, even as he attacked the Congress again, very sharply, he talked about running the country through consensus. That is the language Atal Bihari Vajpayee used to use.
It's very interesting, but let's take your last question. Was there a pushback from within the Sangh system? Santwana, what do you say?
There, if you look at the election, how it has been conducted, there is no doubt about the fact that the last mile help that RSS gives BJP in terms of taking voters to the booths, that was not done. And very surprisingly, when I went to UP, the kind of criticism I heard from people associated with RSS, with Sangh sympathizer, it was really amazing. What had backfired, what one could understand was both the slogans of 400, 400 Par and Vikshit Bharat on 2047. So both were looked at very critically. Not just that, it is from within the people associated with the Sangh coming out and actually saying that if they're saying the economy is doing so well, how come 80 crore people are being on a free ration? It doesn't make so the critical and also critical comments on the health system, on the education system. It was very, very surprising. This was very noticeable in UP. Okay, so that being the case, I don't think that there is going to be too much of rocking the boat, as they say. What one can expect now is a kind of status quo, and that is what, in terms of how the government will look like, in terms of portfolios, and how things in choice of the BJP president. I don't think there is going to be too much of a sort of surprise there.
Got that. You think there'll be no dramatic shifts?
Right.
Right,
and I would also like to add that there is a very high possibility that there is going to be a woman president, and from the way they have gained ground in the south, I won't be surprised if somebody from Tamil Nadu or South is picked up as a party president, and we are hearing those murmurs, murmurs within the ecosystem, if you one can say.
But I think with all the health warnings that Shantanu flagged, that nobody really knows what's going on in the BJP, and we're actually just guesstimating here. Saba, what do you think?
Nothing will happen now. They will carry on. Of course, they'll change the president. Shantanu is the best informed among us. What is the most controversial theory about the BJP? It was spouted by Arvind Kejriwal, right? 2 महीने में आदित्यनाथ योगी को हटाने वाले हैं. Now, this theory is valid if the Modi was very strong, and if Modi and Amit Shah distributed most of the tickets. Okay, they did. I mean, sorry, this is what people who contested and lost are telling me. So he can hardly blame Yogi for this. Now, it was a Gujarat MP, Gujarat guy, Rupala, who started this Thakur thing. Secondly, even the policy of bringing in all the corruption tainted and breaking parties helter-skelter in Maharashtra. It was not, it was a policy cleared by the Prime Minister himself. Sabko hamare taraf lao. So after that, who can he blame? Now, however, if there is, I mean, the Sangh, and they'll take their own, and surely, I had gone, they've divided UP up into 6 zones, as Shantanu knows best. And so there were problems. People were not happy with me. They are human beings. Some cadres are not some machinery. They are human beings, and there were things they did not like in particular seats, and they were unhappy about it. So they were being taken for granted. The most amazing result. Look at the seat of Ayodhya, and where the SP has put forward a Dalit, a Pasi Dalit, in a general category seat and defeated. And why has this happened? Did the government not know that there was a lot of dismay with locals on the ground? Because a woman journalist whom I know well, she had kept on saying they're going to lose Ayodhya, and she's from Ayodhya. And she said they're going to get under 40 seats, and they got for the local journalists. So it's not as if, but obviously the BJP had no clue. I never believed her. I thought maybe, how come she's got this Ayodhya thing, and now it's becoming clear people did not like all of this. They did not like being pushed around by VIPs, and to just put it, and there was a mood. Look, you don't lose 8% votes. That's a significant chunk loss. There is a mood against you also. You don't lose it.
But who are you holding responsible for that, Saba?
I'm not holding anyone responsible. I'm just saying there is an attempt to. I saw some. Okay, I'll tell you this. Some journalists who are traditionally close to Mr. Shah and all saying, "Oh, stock will be taken of how sabotage." I mean, but who gave the tickets? I mean, so there are these jumbled up questions here. Who sabotaged? Who gave the tickets? If you want to believe a saboteur theory, sure, but who determined the tickets that were clearly poor? And who decided to bring every corruption accused, like, "Aajao, hamare paas aajao, get into the washing machine." Well, these, but the BJP in the Modi era had very poor respect for state level leaders. They just changed them. They pass a women's bill and they get rid of Vasundhara Raje, and they completely sideline her, a woman who has been a mass leader. Shivraj wins. So now Shivraj is going to be brought in. That itself is cutting Modi down to size. Because anyone who's covered the era when they were all chief ministers at the same time, I mean, some of them didn't like it at certain times. It's just that Shivraj is a modest kind of a person. Vasundhara Raje actually took up the issue in an internal meeting and said that why is it that one chief minister gets more, respect thing than others do. They were all equal chief ministers in the earlier era. So all these, there are human beings at the end of it, and something has gone wrong. But they are human beings. So right now, Modi is not going to be the person who decides everything all the time, especially if he fails, especially if the BJP fails in Maharashtra and Haryana. And then there's Jharkhand coming up.
Yeah, the assembly elections.
Things will be recalibrated. Everything will be rethought.
So let me bring in Shantanu at this point. Shantanu, on Uttar Pradesh, you're correct to say that Modi made a big display that all is well with Yogi Adityanath today at that NDA meeting. But as Saba says, there will be questions asked about who was responsible for the ticket distribution. That seemed to be one of the major mistakes made. The people who were brought in from outside, from other parties, it dispirited the cadre. The turnout was not great in some of the BJP bastions. So do you, and we know that Yogi Adityanath was the only BJP chief minister that Delhi could not replace at will. They could not do to him what they did to Shivraj Singh Chauhan, or they could not do to him what they did to Vasundhara Raje Scindia. So what happens now to the Yogi Adityanath Modi equation according to you?
I think first of all, this bad ticket theory is a totally bogus theory. Why? I'll tell you why. Narendra Modi was not a bad candidate, right? Or was it? His vote share reduced from 63% to 54%, meaning there is a major vote shift happening, right? Let's not keep running around, because this is a very easy theory, right? A lot of new candidates lost, right? Prime Minister Chandrasekhar's son lost. Neerja Shekhar lost the election from Balia bastion for Neeraj Shekhar and for BJP also. From Allahabad, lawyers, Kesinath Tripathi son, Neeraj Tripathi lost. So, and they are young, nice, good-looking, good-speaking candidates, right? So I'm saying this is a very easy armchair theory. The people who, I know, traveled, but I know they've not studied or have a bias while doing it. See, BJP has a way to give tickets, and which is standard across all the states. The chief, if you have a sitting chief minister, the chief minister the Pradesh Adhyaksh, the state president, and the Sangathan Mantri. They scout out the local names based on whatever thing they're the winnability. They bring the whole panel, almost 3 to 4 names on each seat, to the Central Parliamentary Committee, where Amit Shah and his team is ready, or Amit Shah, Nadda ji, every team is ready with their own survey, right? Which is on the winnability surveys done by various agencies, and they try to match the surveys and also match it with the political intelligence. Iska virod to nahi hai, jeetega, caste ka question kya hai, Sapa ne kya ticket diya hai, Baspa ne kya ticket diya hai, and they match it, right? There are differences, and good, there is a space for differences, right? There are differences, and some there might be instances where Yogi Adityanath might get one ticket here and there, and maybe he's ruled out, right? So that is the theory. People say, oh, he wanted 40 tickets and he's not ruled out. People are saying he wanted 40 Kshatriya tickets. Why on the hell he will want 40 Kshatriya tickets in UP where 7% Thakurs, right? So these theories are totally bogus. Yeah, but now on the hindsight, doing commentary is super easy, right? Ayodhya, they lost. See, they have a tough fight in the Ayodhya assembly election also, when I think the name is Ved Prakash Gupta, when he won, right? See, Ayodhya is not a typical BJP seat. In 2004, 2009, BJP lost the seat to BSP once and Congress once. So in 14 and 19, because Amit Shah did this very small caste coalition, we forget that era. And because of that fake video...
But this is after the Ram...
This is after the Ram Mandir. After the Ram Mandir. See, MLA election, MLA thing happening when this all shop breaking was happening. A lot of people saying it's happening because there's a lot of destruction happening. The MLA election happened right then, and BJP scraped through. They won the election. So I think it's only can be studied by the movement of Dalit vote. If you know, in Ayodhya, the Nara was na Ayodhya na Kashi, jeetega Pasi. Because it was a Pasi candidate. He's a 6th or 7th time MLA. He's not a new guy. I think Avdesh Kumar is his name. So I think it has to be studied. The UP election has to be studied by the movement of Dalit vote, and that too to a Yadav party, which otherwise they were not voting. But the presence of Congress allowed Dalit to move there. And the SC/ST videos, Samvidhan chala jayega, all those fake videos added to the fuel. I think that's how you have to study it. One candidate there, one candidate here would not have changed the story.
Okay, let me, Saba, you wanted to say, the fake video allegation against Revanth Reddy has its own debate, but Shantanu, Lalu Singh, who's the sitting member of parliament...
No, but was it not a fake video? But was it not a fake video?
मैं कुछ और बोल रही हूँ. I'm saying Lalu
Singh... I'm just asking you, was it not a fake video?
I don't know. As far
as
I know,
you can hear the rally. You can hear the rally video, Amit Shah.
Yes,
and you can hear that video. Why you don't know? Why you don't know?
Because I'm not talking about that. I was going to talk about something else.
Oh, that's an important point, right? Why we are rushing under the carpet? That's an important topic. It was circulated in every SP rally. Every SP cadre had that video in their mobile phone. Every WhatsApp group was filled that video. So that video should be talked about. Let's not brush up with that.
Talk about it. What do you think the fake video? What do you think the fake video did? What I was trying to say was the fake video is one side, but people like Lalu Singh did say themselves कि हमें संविधान बदलना है. He's the sitting MP of Ayodhya. That's all I was trying to say. No, not me. No.
Lalu Singh said. Lalu Singh was the first one.
He said it at a public rally.
Lalu Singh, Anand Hegde used this expression, Samvidhan badal denge. Or what do you mean by Samvidhan badal denge? Samvidhan badal denge will brought new things. Article 368 gives you amendments. Out of the 106 amendments, BJP did 8 amendments. What are those amendments? Women reservation, 10% EWS, OBC can be selected by the state government, OBC commission. So these are the amendments. Only thing, this is a big failure of the BJP IT cell, that they were not able to counter this fake video, which were available in multiple mobile phones in UP. And once you send a rumor to 100 people, only 50 get the clarification. I think that is the crux of it. In Bihar, it did not work because Chirag Paswan is able to counter it. The EBC hold of Nitish Kumar was able to counter it. In Madhya Pradesh, Congress was not has a structure to spread such a video. That's why I think that video should be studied to great length while someone going to feel that how much effect it had.
And the point is,
can I just say one
thing? No, it's an important point. I just want to clarify. It's a very important point. I'm not trying to brush it. I'm not trying to brush it under the carpet. And we are acknowledging your point, Shantanu. I was just trying to bring in the Lalu Singh point. That's all. But Saba, go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to add to Shant as an intellectual expert. I'm not countering that then suggests that because that Hindutva, the attempt to, because PM made many controversial speeches, all saying Muslims are going to take this and Muslims are going to take that. But the point is Hindutva, I'll say not just Ayodhya loss, even in Varanasi South, it's one of the assembly segments, It has the lowest margin of victory and that's where the Kashi corridor and all are. It has a very high Pandit Brahmin population also. So, I mean, something went, we have to understand, something went wrong for the BJP and they will analyze it. And I think that's one aspect. I don't disagree with what Shantanu is saying, but other things are also going wrong.